Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret. Today we are doing a collaboration. The Facebook group for the 2020 YouTube collab is called the YouTube Soapers Community Collaboration. So I'll put a link to that in the description box below if you want to go and join. This is just a real friendly collaboration. It's not competitive, you don't win anything, but if you want to feel like you're part of a group and part of a collab, which is actually what I was wanting, because I kept seeing these collaborations popping up and I was thinking, like, who's running them? Luckily someone invited me, and I also got in touch with this Facebook group, and the title of this collaboration is the 2020 YT collab, and it's called Weather the Weather. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to create a soap that shows off our favourite weather. Now obviously, being British, we're obsessed with the sunshine here in the UK, but I wanted to show some summer rain, so that's what my soap is going to be called, Summer Rain. And we're going to try and do something that we haven't done before. I have sort of done this before, but I didn't do it very well at all. So I'm going to be doing some raindrops, and I'm also going to be trying to top it with a cloud. So I'm going to be using some scrapers. So I think this is only the second time ever that I've tried scrapers. The date for this video was meant to be September the 1st, and we were told to get our videos done in good time, but like always, I always leave everything to the last minute. I tried the Friday before to upload the video, and I didn't know at the time, but my computer has stopped uploading videos. So I kept trying to upload this video and other videos that I created, but I only have so much space on my computer. Anyway, when it was on the phone to Apple on, what days is it now? It's Monday, so I'm well over a week late, because all that footage that I shot, I've actually lost it because my computer, it's not broken, but the iMovie part of it is broken, and I'd already uploaded all the video and I'd deleted it from the camera, so I'm actually having to redo this soap right now, especially for you. We've had to buy a new computer, of course, which I'm actually really thrilled about because it's got fantastic storage on it. My computer was 10 years old, so that's hibernating in the bedroom. It'll probably do it'll be okay for streaming and things like that, but Apple said that there's only so many updates you can do on these old computers before they won't do any more updates, and I haven't been able to update anything new, any new programs since Sierra. So so here we are, after all that, a whole week later. Well, a week and 2 days actually, so about 10 days, 9 days, 10 days, I'm actually having to remake the soap. So I hope you enjoy this video. Sorry I'm late. I promise I won't be late for the next one. So let's get cracking, let's get some soap made, shall we? So I'll show you what I'm going to try to do. It's probably a pretty simple soap actually. So it's just going to be blue, you know, the nearest blue that I can find to suit our Cumbrian Lake District sky. And we're also going to just put some raindrops in there. And then across the top I've made these scrapers here, so this will be the scraper for that part. So what I'll be doing is trying to make something that looks like a cloud. That's the top. So what I'm wanting to do is this. So I want it to look like that. Whether it turns out like that or not, I don't know, because remember I did try to do this a long time ago and it was a disaster. Well, it wasn't an absolute disaster, but I would call it a disaster because it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So let's get some summer sun soap made. So I'm popping a good heaped teaspoonful in. These are quite big actually, so there's probably 2 level teaspoonfuls in there. I've also got a squeezy bottle, which I haven't cut the end off the nozzle, but I have cut the end off the pipette, and I've just put the pipette on, and then I've put some sellotape around the bottom there just to keep it on. Hopefully it'll stay on. And then I'm going to fill this with some white soap. So I've just put some very warm water in there, straight out of the tap. I haven't boiled it or anything. It's not red hot. It doesn't need to be red hot. But this dissolves all of your titanium dioxide so that you've got no white speckles in. She says, watch, I'll probably end up having white speckles in the soap because I said there won't be any. Okay, so let's get some soap into this jug, shall we? And I'm going to put quite a lot in because I want my mould fairly full. So put 1.8 kilos in there. We are going to have some titanium dioxide in there as well. And I'm not using mica, I'm actually using blue pigment 42090. I just think this is the best for cold processed soap. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if you ever use the turquoise 74180 in soap, but I don't think it likes cold processed soap, or cold processed soap doesn't like it. it can go rancid. I don't know whether it absorbs moisture or what, but it's just not great in cold process. So we are going to need a bit more blue than that. We do want it to be blue rather than a grey blue. Okay, so let's just pour our blue into there. So in this container now we're going to make up some white soap. And this is going to be for the raindrops. I'm not putting too much fragrance in there, but I am putting some in. So you just want any non-discolouring, slow-moving fragrance. So the last time I made a soap like this, I didn't actually use a squeezy bottle. I just used the pipette, and I think that was a bit of a mistake as well. Okay, so make sure your lid's on properly, and then just tip it upside down. There, let your pipette fill up with soap, and then tip it upside down and just squeeze and go right across the bottom one end. And the good thing with that is it gives it a continuous blast of soap, which will make the rain. I might be going a little bit too slow, I don't know, because I'm not used to making these types of soaps. But I'm trying to go as deep down as I can without touching the bottom of the liner. And then for the next layer, I'm not going to put it in as deep, and I'm trying to put some drops in between the drops that I've already done. I think the speed you move it along will probably make a difference to the size of the raindrops. And then I'm going to try and put some in a bit higher this time. And just cross our fingers that that's all done what I want it to do. Now last time I did the raindrops a bit too high, so when I scraped the soap across the top, I scraped some of the raindrops, so I'm not going to do any raindrops any higher than what I've done. You can actually see them here at this end, but that's just because of where I've lifted them out. Yeah, because I don't want to damage those raindrops in any way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let this soap batter thicken up to the consistency that I want it to be able to scrape it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep coming and checking it with my spoon until I know it's ready to scrape. It's too fluid at the moment. Too loose, so we'll come back and check it again in, I'm guessing, maybe 5 minutes. I'll leave it this time. Okay, I think we might be about there. It's looser than I think it should be, but I'm just going to give it a start now. So I measured this beforehand. It looks like it's going to go in quite deep actually, but that's the measurement I thought it should be. So let's just push it in. Oof, I'm scared. You see, I have actually touched in on those raindrops there. It actually does take a lot of soap, doesn't it? probably would be better with a tall and skinny mould, I think, but because I haven't got one of those. And this is really why I don't do scraper soaps, because there's a lot of waste there. But nothing wrong with doing them once in a while. Let's just spoon in the white. I don't know, I think because the liner is lower than the actual wood, the mould, it might not work again. And I'm going to tap it down because I'm really hoping for no air bubbles. The only thing is, I'm frightened when I tap it down, it's going to flood over the liner. And this, the soap, I'm going to wait till it thickens up a bit more, because I'm going to have to pile it up higher on top to get that the top of the cloud effect. Because this shape, oh, I don't know if I've got it the right way around. I don't know which is right and wrong, but I'm guessing this side, because I actually put like another layer on the black back just to stiffen it up. So yeah, it needs to be fairly high. If you can see there, I need to really pile it high in the center, so when I scrape it, we haven't got any gap in between the curves and what's underneath. So it's not as easy as I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start piling this up down the center. I guess this is a difficult bit, isn't it? Because the soap has to stand proud of the mould. The scraping ability is going to be more difficult. this is the part I struggled with last time, isn't it? And I gave up and I just did a swirl on top. Right, I think it might be a little bit too loose to do this with yet. I wonder if it wants spreading out a little bit. Let's just put some. This is when I start to get nervous, when I'm trying to do things I've never done before. Because I so want it to work this time. Alright, what does that look like? Oh, it's doing something. The only thing is the top's not going to be as smooth as I'd hoped. But when the soap's cut, it probably won't show up too much. Just going to scrape a bit of this off because I've obviously got too much on there. We are recording, aren't we? I don't want to miss this one. I actually thought I might have my settings wrong on the camera or something. When I wasn't able to upload my videos. And I was on to Apple literally from 12 o'clock that Friday until 4:30 in the afternoon. And he was on my screen so he could see exactly what was going on. So the people who do these effects perfectly, what they will do is they'll fill all of these little air bubbles in, and then they'll keep going over and over until all those air pockets are filled in. So that's what I'm going to do today. I want to try and make it as perfect as I possibly can. So it seems a little bit shallow at that end. I think I probably pressed my... There's a bit of blue in that. I don't want that. Press my scraper in a little bit too far. I've done it again. I guess it's about getting that One last perfect scrape, isn't it? You might notice now, well, I'm going to show you, this end is much lower than this end. This one was right up to the rim and above the soap mould, but this end, it's sloping down. It's like a ski slope. Okay, I've got it on the cutter, ready to go. This cutter is from MRK Tools on Etsy. Link in the description box to the cutter. Fingers crossed, everyone. I of course tidied it up down the sides with a potato peeler. So I'll just skim that across there to make it nice and neat. Actually, it still needs some more on that side. Just to make it nice and curved. The top's not perfectly neat, but I think it's neat enough. Now, here we go. Fingers crossed. Woo! Okay, so the sky's a little bit shallow, but the raindrops are perfect. So I think if I'm to make this next time, I'll actually put a lot more blue in. I'll put 2 kilos in, and the cloud on the top has actually worked out really, really well. I'm really happy with that, except for the depth of the blue, but I love the size of the raindrops as well. Very happy. Not perfect, but happy. Could have been better, as always. It's a chunky bar of soap, that. So I do only have 1 loaf of this, and as you can see, it's a really huge chunky bar. Oh, I'm going to make more of these in all different colours. I'm seeing pale pink, pale green, lemon. That's great. I think the shape of the cloud on this side could have been a bit better, but I have a feeling the reason it's showing like that is because I actually scraped some raindrop away here. So we haven't got the definition that I hoped for, but it still looks like a cloud. I probably won't do any more of this before Christmas because I feel like it's a spring summer soap actually, rather than an autumn winter soap. So this is where we're getting to where the clouds weren't as high, as you can see. This is the first piece I cut, so you can see there's a big difference in the height, but even though that's low, it's still a really, really chunky bar of soap. Right, let's trim it. It's really effective. So The size of your raindrops obviously all depends on how big the hole is in your pipette. It probably will depend on how much you squeeze this bottle as well, because obviously more's going to come out if you squeeze in the bottle. We haven't got any blue sky today, so I can't show you whether this blue actually... I wonder if I should trim it over the top here as well. Right, that's all of those trimmed. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching the 2020 September YouTube Soapers collaboration. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to give credit to whoever came up with doing raindrops in soap. It was a brilliant idea. And remember, if you want to join this collaboration, a link is in the description box below. There's already over 100 people involved, and sorry mine was really late. It was going to be really early, but that's not the way it turned out. Alright, I'll see you all very soon for another video from Eden's Secret. Thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.